Hello, my name is Eddie, and I'll be performing a range of motion test today. I'll be doing it on myself because I don't have a volunteer. If I had a patient, I would go to the patient's room, um, perform hand hygiene, introduce myself, get to patient identifiers, provide privacy, explain to the patient what I'll be doing, and if they have any questions, and then get them ready to perform this. I'll be doing it on myself, and for the sake of time, I should do each movement 5 times, but I'll be doing it 2 times to save some time. So I'll be doing a range of motion test, and I'll be starting from head and working my way all the way down to my toes. So first, we're going to start with my neck. And for neck flexion, I am going to move my chin as close as I can to my chest, and we'll be doing that a couple times. For extension, we're going to do the opposite, and we're going to move our head as high back as we possibly can without hurting ourselves. And we'll do that a couple times. On every movement, we'll be asking and checking if the patient is in any pain. For extension, we will just bring the neck back to midline position, and that's extension. Then we're gonna perform rotation, and we're just gonna move our head in a circle. We're doing it a couple times, and that's neck. Now we're moving down to our shoulders. For flexion, we're gonna raise our arm forward, forward. For extension, we bring the arm down and then we bring it down low. Extension, we're extending it down. And for extending it, we're going to move the arm back behind our back, behind our body. We're doing that twice. Second time. Then for abduction, we are going to move the arm or shoulder away from us. It'll be away from us. And then adduction, we're going to bring it back, and we'll do past our midline if possible, out. For abduction and for adduction, we're bringing it in past our midline, if possible. We're also going to do internal rotation, and we're going to kind of rotate the shoulders in towards us, and then for external rotation, we're going to move them back. And so internal, once again, external. For circumduction, we're gonna try to make a full circle, both forward and backwards. Now we're gonna move to the elbow, and as I do that, I'm gonna be positioning the camera lower and lower so that it captures the body part that I'll be doing. So my elbow, we're gonna do flexion, and I'm doing this flexion, flexion, flexion again, and flexion, and then this is going to be extension, and we extending our body. Then we'll do supination and pronation. So supine and then pronation. Now we're going to the wrist, and for flexion, we're gonna be moving the palm. For the palm of our hands, we're gonna be moving it inward, and then to extend it, we're gonna be moving it outwards. And then to hyperextend, we're bringing it in like so, and then outward. Hyperextension. For ulnar deviation and radial deviation. We are going to move the wrist in towards the radius, and then out towards the ulnar. Radius, deviation, and ulnar deviation. Now we're going to move to our fingers for range of motion. For flexion, we are going to flex, making a fist. Flex, making a fist. For extension, we are just going to bring our fingers back out. Extension. And then, flexion, extension. And then for hyperextension, we can do this and bring our fingers back before it hurts, or without hurting our patient or ourselves. And we'll do that a couple of times, and that's hyperextended, hyperextended. So hyperextension. Now we are going to abduct. And to abduct, we are going to spread our fingers like so. And then adduct, abduct, adduct. And now we're going to work on our thumb. And so for our thumb, we're going to do flexion. And flexion is towards the palm of our hand. Flexion, palm of our hand. And then and this will be extension. And then we're going to do adduction. So it's going to go out. We're going to move this out as far as we can. So this is just regular as extension. This is abduction, and then abduction, bringing it back in. And then for adduction, one of the exercises we do is we have each finger touch the thumb. We'll do that twice. Okay, now we're moving down to our hips. And so to do hip flexion, as I said, I'm going to be moving this a little lower. Okay, so we are going to, for hip flexion, we are going to raise our leg, and we raise our leg. And then for hip hyperextension, we're going to try to lift our leg behind us as far as it'll go. Okay. And for hip extension, we bring our legs back to midline position. Then we're going to do abduction, and we're moving our leg away from our body. Abduction, leg away from our body, leg away from our body. And adduction, we're gonna try to cross our legs beyond the midline point, legs beyond the midline point, and we'll do it again. And then we're gonna try to rotate, and then we're gonna rotate by doing this, and then rotate by doing that. This is internal, external, internally, externally, internal, external. Now we're gonna do circumduction, which will be trying to perform some type of rotation, and then it could be inward and outward as well. So both sides. Now we are going to lower this more, try to target my knees. So we got my knees, and we're gonna do flexion, and that's me bending my knee, one, twice, other leg, once, twice. Then we do an extension, is bringing the leg back to my midline position, standing position, like I did. And then we are going to move down to my ankles. See if that'll show. Okay. Okay. My ankles. And so we're going to do dorsal flexion, and that's me pointing my fingers up. My toes up, toes up. See, toes up, 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 and then we're gonna do plantar flexion, and that's pointing down, 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 down. That's for the ankle, and now we're going to do the foot. For the foot, we are going to invert, and then we are going to do inversion, 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 inversion. And then we're going to do circumduction of our foot and kind of rotate it. Try to like rotate it. And then we're going to go with the with our toes, and for that I'm going to remove my sock so you can see my foot. And for flexion, I'm going to flex by curling my toes, and then we're going to relax, extension, and then opening them, like trying to spread the toes. That would be hyperextension. We're extending, and spreading the toes, that would be toe abduction, just like we did with the with our fingers, and then it'll be toe adduction, just bringing them back to his normal position. Adduction, trying to spread them, and then normal position. That wraps up range A of motion, and I'll be submitting this video.